The next episode starts with Naruto's morning routine, which includes him drinking some gone-off milk. As you can imagine, when I'm writing these write-ups, I cut out as many superfluous parts as I can, so it pains me to say that the off milk is a plot point. Anyway, today is Induction Day, where Naruto and his classmates officially become ninja. We are reintroduced to some of Naruto's classmates, which I'd skipped over in the first episode, so meet Sakura, who comes complete with angry inner personality and her very own rival, Ino. These two bitch at each other while Power walk into the classroom, and when they arrive, it's made clear that Naruto has a crush on Sakura. Dear God, I hate this episode. I'm trying to get into the ninjas and the war and the fighting, and this episode just wants to introduce the love triangle hexagon thing, and I couldn't give less of a toss. Let's just get this over with. For all the importance the first episode gave to the forehead protectors, it seems only Naruto deigns to wear it properly. Naruto's classmates, the ponytail guy here being called Shikamaru, are all rather surprised that Naruto actually graduated. Apart from the girl at the back with no pupils, she's called Hinata, and she's more relieved than anything as she has an quote-unquote secret crush on Naruto. And suddenly I remembered why I skipped all their introductions in episode 1. Naruto, the series, is a massive cast, and while most of it focuses on Naruto and his rival, who I'll introduce soon enough, it can be easy to lose track of them all. It is here we meet Sasuke, who Ino, Sakura, and just about every other female with a working pair of ovaries has a crush on. Sasuke will be filling the role of Naruto's rival for the rest of the series, and he, and I hate to use this word, is an emo. I'm pretty sure emo wasn't even a thing when this was written, but honestly there isn't a better way of describing him. As an emo, he of course ignores all the attention of his fans as he needs all his spare time to mope and stuff. He is of course the most talented person in the class and the last survivor of the Uchiha clan. Clans are basically ninja families. Certain techniques are passed down from generation to generation, and you don't need to know this. I'm just trying to put off. Naruto, jealous of all the attention Sasuke is getting, decides to get all up in his face to establish dominance or something, but their stare down is cut short when Naruto is bumped, causing Naruto and Sasuke to kiss. I'm going to ignore this, as Iruka is back to sort all the ninjas into groups of 3, and rather predictably, Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura all end up in the same group, and you can kind of imagine what their reactions will be. We are also introduced to 2 more trios, Hinata Kiba Shino and Ino Shika Shoji, and if it sounds like I'm rushing through all these, it's because I am, but I'll reintroduce these guys better when they become more relevant, I'm sure. The logic of the groups is that of balance, so in this case Naruto is the worst in the class and he's put with Sasuke, who's the best in the class. Afterwards, Naruto attempts to ask Sakura to lunch and is immediately shot down, so Naruto decides to sneak up on Sasuke, beat and tie him up, and approach Sakura again while he looks like Sasuke. Nearby, Ino puts forward that she should be the leader of Team Ino Shikachoji, with Shikamaru only agreeing because he'll do anything for an easy life. The other guy, Choji, likes food, by the way. That's pretty much all the characterization he's going to get for a while. Anyway, these 3 witness Naruto's unwarranted attack on Sasuke, believing Sasuke won because, well, he left. It must be noted that at this point we aren't supposed to know that it's actually Naruto who won, which is why they show Naruto's tied up body left behind, leaving out the critical scene so we think Sasuke won. What actually happened was Naruto had swapped places with a conveniently located log, which was disguised as him. So, elsewhere, Sakura is fantasizing about Sasuke, rather innocent things I assure you, when Naruto, disguised as Sasuke, approaches her. He uses her crush to try and find out what she thinks of Naruto, and it isn't good. She, like the rest of the teenage girl population, only has eyes for Sasuke. So Naruto, in disguise, in a moment which I'm sure isn't supposed to come off as incredibly creepy, but is, leans in to steal a kiss from Sakura, only to be thwarted by stomach cramps, having to run away. Remember that off milk from earlier? So, eventually Sasuke escapes, catching up to Sakura, and she tries to carry on the moment from earlier, not realizing the Sasuke from earlier was actually Naruto, but inadvertently insults Sasuke when she blames Naruto's behaviour on his lack of parents. Being an orphan as well, this is a sore point for Sasuke, and he tells her that she gets on his nerves, mirroring her words to Naruto when he asked her out. Sasuke catches up to Naruto again. So begins round 2 of their fight, only for the stomach cramps to hit again. with him and all his clones fighting to get to the toilet first, and I don't want to think about how the hell that works. Afterwards, Naruto happens to pass Sakura again, now as himself. Sakura decides that her behaviour was wrong, so she should try to be nice to Naruto. But Naruto, of course, believes this is a trick from Sasuke, but before he can react, well, you can probably guess what happens. So we finally get to episode 4, and the team are to meet their new teacher, Kakashi. He's late, but Kakashi has a rather laid-back personality. Most of the time he seems to be barely paying any attention. But he gets them to reintroduce themselves, although only telling them his name. We don't get much new. Naruto's basically an excitable puppy, and Sakura is utterly obsessed with Sasuke. But Sasuke himself, while practicing his hippest pose, tells of his ambition to restore his clan and to kill a certain someone. Kakashi starts to tell them of the survival exercise, telling them that of the 27 graduates that have come, only 9 will be accepted as genin. The upshot of this is if they fail, they will have to go back to the academy. The next morning, Kakashi explains more about what the exercise actually is, and it's simple enough. To pass, they must retrieve a bell from his person before noon by any means necessary. But he's only carrying 2 bells, so one will automatically fail. And to add insult to injury, those who fail will go without lunch, and they were told to skip breakfast. At the start of the episode, we were given the impression that Kakashi was quite slow. Naruto managed to play a rather simple prank on him easily, and it's only when Naruto charges at him that we see he's quite the opposite, being able to easily stop Naruto. So the trio hide. Well, Sasuke and Sakura hides. Naruto elects to stand in the middle of the clearing and charge again. Barely registering Naruto as a threat, Kakashi decides to go over the first of the ninja battlefield strategies, pausing Naruto in his tracks. Taijutsu, he explains, physical techniques. This basically equates to hand-to-hand combat or weapon combat. Naruto thinks he's reaching for a weapon, but actually turns out to be an erotic novel. Kakashi, it seems, is so overpowered he can hold back Naruto only using one hand, easily stepping behind him and... What the hell? Okay, I can't just leave that. I'm going to have to look this up. Okay. Let's go to Google. Okay. They called it 1,000 Years of Pain. So, 1,000 Years of Pain. Okay, got a result. Right. 1,000 Years of Pain, or 1,000 Years of Death, is a little more than inserting one's index and middle fingers into the opponent's anus, causing constipation, pain, and or embarrassment. Okay, let's see. This technique is modelled after the kancho, a Japanese prank of common usage among children. Okay, I'm going to have to look that up. Okay, Wikipedia. Right. Kancho. Okay. Kancho is a prank often played in Japan. It is performed by clasping the hands together so that the index fingers are pointing out and attempting to insert them sharply into someone's anal region when the victim is not looking. It is similar to the wedgie or a goosing. The word is a slang adoption for the Japanese word for enema. Yeah. I think I'm just going to pretend that never happened. So Naruto tries again, throwing a load of ninja stars from a distance, only for Kakashi to catch them. And then it's revealed to us that no one has ever passed Kakashi's test. Iruka, who's talking to the Hokage, is worried by this prospect. Although, since only 9 people can pass, and by his own words Naruto is the worst in the class, I don't know why he had such high hopes in the first place. But if there's one thing I can say about Naruto, is that he does not give up easily. Jumping out 7 shadow clones out of the water only to run straight at Kakashi again. Although, it seems Naruto is learning, however, as that was all just a distraction to attack from behind and then pile on him. But again, Kakashi escapes, swapping positions with one of the clones. I guess that's what you do when you can't find a nearby log. And I must say, having a move that fakes out the audience does feel like cheating a bit. It is here, however, that I noticed something that I previously missed. In fact, I was going to skip over this part. Naruto can be a bit slow at times. He doesn't realise Kakashi's swapped out. Instead, he thinks that he's turned into him. So all the Naruto clones start fighting among themselves, even claiming to be able to smell him. This is played for laughs, but actually it's a little bit more clever than that. Unfortunately, I can't really explain why until the time comes. So all the Narutos decide that if the clones are dissipated, then only the real people will be left behind, so they start fighting each other. Of course, Naruto's left by himself in the end, looking rather beaten up, only then realising that Kakashi was somewhere else. And then Sasuke helpfully explains to us the substitution technique, where you quickly switch your body with that of an object or an animal. Doesn't really explain how this is done, only implying that the person literally swaps them around incredibly fast. Surely if you can move around at those speeds, setting decoys shouldn't really be an issue. I did, however, look this up quickly, and apparently it's based on a real technique, so what the hell do I know? Anyway, spying a bell left on the ground, Naruto goes to pick it up, assuming Kakashi must have dropped it during the ruckus, only to get strung up in a trap. Kakashi gives us 2 simple lessons. Be careful that your techniques do not end up being used against you, and don't pick up really obvious bait. And while Kakashi is distracted, Sasuke finally decides to go for his attack, flinging a barrage of ninja stars at Kakashi's back.
Ah! He just got blasted by Shuriken! Are you out of your mind, Sasuke? You went too far!
And it's a lock. The warnings were not just for Naruto, but for all 3 of them. Using information gained from the conversation from earlier, Kakashi has easily baited all of them. Sasuke, realising he's been flushed out, flees, and Sakura, thinking that Sasuke is in danger, exposes a hiding place, running straight into Kakashi, who uses his opportunity to explain the second of the ninja battlefield strategies, Genjutsu, the illusionary techniques. As Sasuke notes, it's just simple mind control. Sakura sees a vision of a wounded Sasuke and faints. And while I'd say at least Naruto is trying to contribute, in this time he's managed to escape and get recaptured again by exactly the same trick as before. So now it's down to just Sasuke, who's incredibly confident. Remember, all he needs to do is get a bell. With a flurry of flying stars, distractions and hand-to-hand combat, Sasuke gets closer than anyone else, managing to even touch one of the bells before Kakashi retreats. Now the gloves are off. Sasuke goes on the offensive, showing us the Tiger Fire style fireball technique, a rather advanced technique for a genin. Kakashi, however, is nowhere to be seen, appearing underneath Sasuke with his Earth-style headhunter technique, dragging him underground. Although the biggest advantage to this is that he calls the move while it's in progress rather than before, revealing himself. Anyway, both of these would be an example of the third of the ninja battlefield strategies, ninjutsu, ninja techniques. Basically, these are all the special moves akin to magic powers. Well, Kakashi acknowledges Sasuke's strength, then goes back to reading his novel. And it seems Naruto has escaped again. His new plan is just to eat the food while no one is watching, completely missing the point of the exercise. He's immediately caught and tied up for his trouble. Somewhere else, Sasuke and Sakura have met up again. Sakura has a brief fainting spell, but afterwards she tries to convince Sasuke to give up. She's convinced herself that she cannot pass, and this would be the only way they can stay together. This is out the question for Sasuke, though. For the first time, we are given a vision of Sasuke's quarry, his trippy eyes. That day he was crying, and only I can defeat that man. We get glimpses, but unfortunately, the time is up. It's noon. They all fail. Kakashi tells them they should quit being ninja altogether. This does not go down well. But Kakashi explains the point of the exercise. Had they all attacked at the same time, they might have got the bells. The point of there only being 2 bells was to discourage this. They had to work together even knowing one of them would fail. But they didn't. They all acted on their own. To illustrate this point, Kakashi shows them the memorial stone that has all the names of the ninja killed in action. Successful missions can mean that someone has to die. This is especially poignant for Kakashi, as his closest friend's name is engraved on there as well. So he gives them one more chance. They will have 3 hours to do it, but it will be much harder this time. But they all get to eat. Apart from Naruto, because he's a cheating dick. And if anyone tries to feed him, that person will immediately fail. After that, Kakashi conveniently walks off. Of course they feed him, thinking they need his strength for the upcoming mission, and Kakashi comes back looking incredibly pissed and passes them. It's as cheesy as all hell, but it was the point Kakashi was trying to make all along, to put the group's strength above the individual needs, and so now the trio are official genin, for reals this time. So how did it all fare? Well, they introduced the characters and the moves, and of course the themes we'll be seeing more of in the series. And of course that damn love triangle. I'll try not to be too harsh on the love triangle, because I'm sure there's an audience for that sort of thing, but alas, it's not me. So if there's anything I could have done with a little less of, it's that. What I would have liked to have seen done better is Mizuki, the throwaway villain from the very first episode. Most of the cast actually has quite a large part to play in the up and coming events, but we only see Mizuki again one time in a non-canon episode, and like most of the filler episodes, you're better off skipping it. Now, I've been watching this series pretty much exclusively in Japanese with English subtitles, and Naruto has this strange habit of saying "databayo" at the end of his sentences, and it doesn't really mean anything, it's just something he says. These sort of vocal tics are quite common in anime. But the problem is, it doesn't translate, so instead they translated it to
Believe it.
And believe me, after just one episode you'll be so sick of
Believe it.
that it will put you off watching the English version for life. They did stop doing that after a while, but it was too little too late. Also, annoyingly enough, the disc set that I bought, that is Naruto Unleashed, has inconsistent subtitles from episode to episode, which is a bit annoying when you're trying to keep a handle on the move names. Early on in this review, I had to come up with my own standard so I didn't keep flip-flopping on the terms. Next time on Naruto and Pals, they'll be starting their first mission. I hope you like pastel colours because we'll be seeing a lot of them from now on.
Yeah!
I'll try not to be too harsh on that because I'm sure there's an audience for that sort of thing, but it's not me, I'm afraid. Also, fuck it, I'll just use the ones I've got. They better be good. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. Oh, yes, yes. Don't be weird, John.